Okay, there's my information. This is Ventures Level 2 on free time. This is for June the 15th, and this is part 3. So this is our last part for today. And Wednesday is our last day of the semester. So if you want to continue on with the class, even though it's online, you will still need to contact CPACs to register. And I know that CPACs sent out information about registration the same way they sent links to the videos. So you'll need to follow up with that to continue in the class. So we're going to start today with the student book. So you can go ahead and have that ready. So let's say that you are going to a party. How would you find out about the party? How do you find out about a party? Somebody may call you or text you about a party. Sometimes we get email invitations to parties, right? Sometimes there's party invitations that come in the mail, and sometimes you have to call or text to RSVP and let them know that you're coming. But we can get we can know about parties in a variety of different ways. Probably not many of us are going to parties right now because of the virus, but hopefully that's going to change. So let's go to the student book, and we're going to be on page 123. I mean 134. Page 134. I'll get it right. So at the top of the page, what is that? What is that? It's not a no. It looks like an email, right? Because we see from, to, and we see a subject line. So it looks like an email invitation to a party. So Tom Louisa, it's from him to Will Katya, and it's about a New Year's Eve party, right? We see 4, and 4 is going to tell you why there's a party. This one says it's for New Year's Eve, and the date is going to be on Wednesday, December 31st. What it should not say 4 again. It should say like time or it should. I think that's a typo in the book. So it says 8 to 1. So that should be the time, not 4. Okay? The place is Tom and Louisa's. They live at 76 North Street, apartment 6A. And it gives a number to RSVP. And you have to RSVP by December the 15th. Lots of people want you to RSVP for parties so they can plan for food and drinks and things like that. They want you to bring something to drink. No children, because they're probably going to be drinking and it's going to be super late, and they want and hope you can come. So let's read the questions. Number 1, what time will the party begin? 8 a.m., 1 p.m., 8 p.m., or 1 a.m.? Oh, like we said, there's a typo. It shouldn't say 4. It should say time, but it starts at 8 p.m. So the answer is C. Okay, number 2. What does RSVP mean? Does it mean bring something to drink to the party? Reply to say yes or no on the invitation? Bring something to eat to the party? Or send a thank you note? When we RSVP, we're telling somebody if we're coming so they can plan for us to be there, so they have enough food and things like that. So the answer to what is RSVP is reply to say yes or no to the invitation. So the answer is B. Number 3, what should people bring to the party? See at the bottom it says, please bring something to drink. So the answer is going to be A, something to drink. The last one, number 4. Which statement is true? Tom and Louisa are giving the party. Will and Katya are giving the party. The party is from 8 p.m. to midnight, or you need to reply after December 15th. Well, we see the places, the email is from Tom, and we see the place is at Tom and Louisa's house, so they are giving the party. So your answer is going to be A. So let's look at part B and talk about this together. Jose got an invitation to go to his friend's wedding. The invitation was addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Lopez. They have 3 children. What should they do? Number 1, go to the wedding with his wife and the 3 children. 2, go to the wedding without his children. 3, ask his friend if the children can go to the wedding. Or 4, other. Well, usually if children are included, it might say Mr. and Mrs. Lopez and family. So maybe this is an event just like the New Year's Eve party where they really don't want children. Now you always can do number 3 and ask, but if it doesn't say Mr. and Mrs. Lopez and family, they probably don't want children. So I would go with number 2 or number 3. I don't think that number 1 is a good option because you want to be sure. 1, because they may not want children. 2, they may not plan enough food for that many people, and it's just polite. Okay? So, let's go ahead and turn to page 133. Let me make myself small. We're going to do... So, 132. Okay, so these were the answers to page 132. So sorry, guys. Now we're going to do 134. So this should have been the next page, 132, from where we left off before. Hopefully, you were able to figure that out because I, messed it up. Now we're on page 133, right? So we did 132. Now we're on 133. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to pause the video for just a second and clear the board. Okay, so on page 133, we're talking about there is, there are, and there was, and there were. So when we use there is and there are, we're talking about something in the present, right now, okay? When we say there is or there are. When we say there was or there were, we're talking about something in the past. And it could be yesterday, last week, last year, 10 years ago. But it was in the past. So there is a small cake on the table. We're looking at the present, talking about right now. There is a small cake on the table. There isn't any ice cream on the table. No ice cream. There are 4 people at the party. You see them? 1, 2, 3, 4. It says today, so it's right now. There aren't any presents on the table. So we don't see any presents, right? So the next picture shows a picture from 1985. So that's in the past. So we're going to say there was a big cake on the table. There wasn't any fruit on the table. There were 6 children at the party, and there weren't any cards at the table. And there's also like a QR reader there so that you can watch that and practice. There is, there are, there was, and there were. Sorry, that's a lot of words. Okay. All right, so let's look at there's says work with your partner, but I know you don't have one. So let's look at the cake. So the cakes are different. There's a small cake on the table today. There wasn't, right, a small cake in 1985. There was a big birthday cake, right? So let's we can talk about some more differences. There were 4 people at the party today. There were, right? There were oh, let's back that up. There is, or there are 4 people at the party today, or there is 4 people at the party today. And then in 1985, there were 6 kids at the party, right? So there is 4 people at the party today. There were 4 people, 6 kids at the party in 1985, right? So there is fruit on the table today. There is fruit on the table today. There wasn't fruit on the table in 1985. There wasn't fruit on the table in 1985. There isn't ice cream on the table today. There isn't ice cream on the table today. There was ice cream in 1985. There was ice cream in 1985. Okay, so we have finished that. Go ahead and get out your workbooks. And we're going to cover pages 124, 124 and 125. If we don't get done to 125, we will pick it up on Wednesday, but we might get done. So let's look on page 124, and once again we see an invitation, and we're going to fill in the correct answers. What is this? It's an email invitation because we see at the top where it says inbox, new message. So we know it's an email invitation, right? We see the host is Sheila Crystal. Where's the party? Tucker's Grove Park. When? Saturday, April 14th, 11 to 4. Come and celebrate Paco's 18th birthday. Bring something to barbecue for lunch. Children and pets are welcome. And the guest list. So if it's electronic, lots of times it'll tell you, it'll keep up to date on how many people are coming. So 25 people have said yes, 5 people have said no, and no one has said maybe. And you need to RSVP. It's in the corner there by April the 12th, and it gives you the kite to click on to RSVP. So number 2 says, when is the party? When is the party? Is it April 12th, April 13th, April 14th, or April 18th? Well, if we look, and it says when, Saturday, April 14th. So the party is on April the 14th, right? Number 3 says, what kind of party is it? A birthday party, a children's party, a graduation party, or a lunch party? Well, it says Paco's 18th birthday. So it's a birthday party. Sorry, guys. So it's a birthday party. Number 4, how long is the party? 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, or 7 hours? So it's 11 to 4. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. So the party is going to be 5 hours. So the answer to that is going to be B. And number 5, how many guests are coming? We see that 25 people have said yes. So 25 guests, so your answer is going to be C. Number 6, which statement is true? Paco is giving the party. The guests should not bring their dogs. Guests should bring gifts. Or Sheila is giving the party. Well, Paco is not giving his own party. The guest, it says you can bring your dogs and children. It says children and pets welcome, so you can bring your dog. And guests should bring gifts. It doesn't say anything about a gift, so your answer is going to be D. Sheila is giving the party because it says host, and when it says host or hostess, that's the person that's having the party. What should people bring to the party? Something to barbecue, something to drink, flowers and gifts, or all of the above? Well, it says bring something to barbecue for lunch. That's the only thing listed, so the answer is A. You need to bring something to barbecue. When do people need to say yes or no? Yes or no it means to RSVP. So it says RSVP by April the 12th. So April the 12th is 4/12 because January, February, March, April, 4/12. So your answer is A. Okay, so there's your answers to page 124. And about Paco's party. So let's look at the invitation again. We said that it was an email invitation. The host is remember the person that's throwing the party. They're the person that makes the plans, that invites the people, and all of that. Where's the party? Where's the party going to be held? Tucker's Grove Park, right? Can you bring your children? Can you bring your children? Yes, it says children and pets are welcome, right? How many people are not coming to the party that were invited? How many people are not coming to the party that were invited? 5, because we see no, and then there's a 5 right there. RSVP, remember that? It means to let somebody know yes or no if you're coming. And this is Paco's 18th birthday. Okay, so that's all I have for today. Remember, if you have any questions about content or class things, you're welcome to reach out to me on Gmail. My class, you all can reach out to me on WhatsApp and I'll get back with you. Don't forget to put your name in the comments section at the bottom, and don't forget Wednesday is the last day of class. We'll be off for 2 weeks and then we'll start back Unit 1. Okay, so go ahead and if you need to, get registered for that class. And I'll see you back on Wednesday.